Hey, how's it going, everybody? BurntBrian here, and welcome back to another Tall Can Tuesday. In this video series, I like to give you updates on my life and the future of the channel, answer random questions, and talk about topics submitted by you, the fine viewers, and of course, drink some beer. Now, before I get started, I want to remind you that this video series is all about me interacting with you. So if you have any questions, comments, feedback, concern, anything you'd like to hear me talk about in next week's video, leave them down below in the comment box, and I'll be sure to get to each and every one of them. Christmas just passed, so I hope you all had a great time with your family, friends, or if you were alone, hopefully at least caught a good buzz and had a decent day. And New Year's is coming up this weekend. I've got a lot of fun stuff planned with some friends out of town, but I do have a couple topics I want to run through today. But before we get to that, let's go ahead and take a look at what we're going to be drinking today, and this does relate to one of the topics in this video. So, we've got the bag here, and whoops. Okay, so I've got an Old English 800, an oldie. We'll talk about that in just a few minutes. Before I get started, let me go ahead and crack the top on this bad boy. Oh yeah, here's what all the guys in the MLDC do. Alright, anyway, I love me some oldie. It's one of my favorites. I wish we actually had glass, but now the only glass ones we can get are pretty much Schlitz and I think Cobra for the most part. I don't even see Hurricane anymore. But anyway, cheers. So nice and refreshing. Alright, a couple topics I wanted to run through today. First one is, man, what is up with all the celebrities dying? 2016 has been brutal, man. It's been absolutely brutal. I just heard an hour or two ago, I was stuck at work all day and I didn't get the news, but, you know, one of my favorite actresses of all time, she was super hot back in the day, was Carrie Fisher, man. She died today. She had a heart attack and was in stable condition, and apparently this morning she died. If you don't know who Carrie Fisher is, I don't know what you've been doing. She was obviously, her most prominent role would be as Princess Leia in the Star Wars movies, and, you know, it's just crazy, man. I can't believe she was only 69 years old. She's relatively young, so her mother outlived her. But so many others, some of my other favorite people that have died this year, celebrity-wise, would be Prince. You've got Alan Thicke from Growing Pains, one of my favorite shows growing up as a kid, and Alan was probably my favorite TV dad. David Bowie, great musician. You had Muhammad Ali, the champ, right there on my wall behind me, the greatest. You had Alan Rickman. I mean, come on, man. He was hilarious. Obviously, Professor Snape as well for the younger crowd. But many other movies like Dogma was probably one of my favorite little roles that he played. You know, Gene Wilder, of course, who everybody should know Gene Wilder. If you don't, Willy Wonka would be, again, one of the most prominent roles. And that one was so interesting because he even refused to do that role because they were going to cut out the scene in the beginning where he comes out limping and then does this, you know, roll somersault up to the front gate. He thought it was just so important right at the beginning to show what kind of a character Willy Wonka was. Anyway, just real sad that he's gone. You got Patty Duke. I mean, maybe a lot of people don't know her. I don't know. I grew up watching Nick at Night, so when I was a kid, I'd watch all the old reruns of shows like Welcome Back, Kotter, you know, Taxi, Patty Duke. Anyway, a bunch of those old shows. God damn it, I'm drawing a blank now, but you get the idea. Another one, Glenn Frey from the Eagles, an absolutely amazingly talented musician. I loved the Eagles, all of their albums. Arnold Palmer, the sort of known as the king of golf. I mean, he was an incredible golfer. Gary Shandling, Merle Haggard, another great musician. George Michael. I wasn't a big fan of George Michael, but it sucks that he's gone. Zsa Zsa Gabor, again, not really too, you know, nothing really bad. I don't know, that doesn't bother me so much. And then, of course, the one that I'll mention is Fidel Castro. Fuck him. May his body rot in the ground. And maybe the maggots refuse to eat him. I don't know. Fuck Fidel Castro. Cheers. So, speaking of actresses and all that, and actors that have passed away, looking into entertainment, I just got the chance this weekend to go see Star Wars Rogue One. Man, absolutely amazing movie. I loved it. And so if you don't want any spoilers, go ahead and skip ahead, because I'm going to tell you there's some spoilers in this one right now. Because it's been a while. It's been out for a little bit. But to me, one of the, my brother didn't like the CGI that they used towards the end and throughout the movie with General Tarkin. But I thought it was really awesome the way they did it. It actually looked pretty damn convincing to me. And then having James Earl Jones play the voice, doing the voiceover for Darth Vader, that was great. He did the voiceovers in the original. It was cool to see him, brought back to do the voice again, to hear the real Darth Vader voice. Plus you had, the way the movie ends is probably just the best thing about it. Like, all around, it was a great movie. But then, I don't know, man, that whole battle and stuff that they have at the end is epic and it's great. But it's so perfect that the way they led the end of this movie perfectly up to the beginning of New Hope. So, you see a CGI version of Carrie Fisher as she's being Princess Leia, as she's being handed a data pad that contains the blueprints to the Death Star, and you see Vader going through the ship, slaughtering all these people, trying to get to that card before it reaches her, and they eventually chase their ship down. It's just awesome, man. It was I really liked the movie in general. I didn't think I would. I thought it was going to be just this super, I don't know, I thought they were going to make an unrealistic, powerful female lead role, and there were a lot of things that I just didn't think were going to be good about it, but they surprised me, man. They did an awesome job. I love the wit from the robot and stuff, and obviously there's going to be things that were slightly annoying, but I'm trying to ignore those and just look at it as an overall great picture. So definitely, if you're a Star Wars fan, go and watch Rogue One. Let me know what you think down below. I'm pretty sure you're going to like it. Anyway, cheers. Some movies that I've been looking forward to that are coming out here in the near future. You've got Alien Covenant. They just released a trailer for that. That looks actually really cool. I guess it's going to take place before the original Alien movie, and I guess they're going to a planet and finding the first, face huggers and all that, and then the first aliens and stuff are going to basically come from this. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how they're going to do that. You have Guardians of the Galaxy. Obviously, the first one looked great, or first one was great. The second one looks really awesome. You got the cute little baby Groot. He's going to be pretty cool. Just the scenes that I saw, it looks just as funny as the first one. Plus, it seems like it's going to be pretty action-packed as well. The comedy that I was looking at would be How to Be a Latin Lover. That one definitely seems pretty interesting. I don't really recognize any of the characters, but it seems really like it's going to be a real funny one. Anyway, you got John Wick 2. That one, it's great to see Keanu Reeves actually coming back and doing some, kick-ass movie roles. Because, he was a badass in The Matrix, and, a lot of people weren't a fan of, Speed and some of the other ones. But, it's good to see him actually kind of making a resurgence in movies. And, of course, the last one that I'm really curious about is going to be Blade Runner 2049. Hopefully, they don't butcher it and that it's not, it doesn't end up being another shitty, sequel to a movie that should have never, had a sequel. But anyway, it does have Harrison Ford in it, so that's kind of a plus. And, I'm kind of curious to see how they're going to do that. What else do we got? Don't really have a whole lot else to talk about. I don't know. Anyway, cheers. Oh yeah. Clickbait. Clickbait's one thing that's been driving me crazy on YouTube. I don't know about you guys, but I guess with YouTube changing their algorithms, it's been a problem for a while now, but it seems like more and more YouTubers are doing this shit where they're putting clickbait titles and stupid thumbnails to all their videos, hoping that it's going to generate more views, bring it back, to, I guess a lot of channels have been experiencing a decline in views and subscribers, so I don't know why I can't ever burp on camera and it ends up just being painful. It's like as soon as I turn this camera off, I'll burp my ass off. But there's a whole bunch of channels. I've had to unsubscribe from some people that I used to really like, because, you know, like one dude, I don't want to mention his channel or anything, but, you know, he had posted a video saying he shit his pants, you know, and so I watched the video, I clicked on it, I was like, oh man, you know, this will probably be pretty fucking funny. And he took a laxative and went out in public and did some shopping, and then, you know, he makes it to the bathroom and he shits in the bathroom. I'm like, well, that's not shitting in your pants. Shitting in your pants implies and means that you literally shit your pants in public and had to embarrassingly run to the bathroom with shitty underwear on. You know, that, it's just, shit like that pisses me off. You click on a video, you watch to see something specific, and it's just some asshole that's lying to you about the content of the video. It's like, man, I'm just getting tired of that in general. Hopefully YouTubers will start cutting back, but I doubt it. It's probably just going to keep getting worse and worse. People put nothing but boobs in their thumbnails, even though their video has nothing to do with women or boobs. It's just stupid, man. The whole YouTube algorithm thing has changed a lot lately, I guess. And people think they need to change. I'm just going to keep making what I enjoy making. If people want to watch, they'll watch. If they don't, I don't, you know, it's no sweat off my back. I enjoy I do this because I like having fun, and this is fun for me. It's relaxing after, you know, long shitty days at work. I get to come home and slam some beer and talk with you guys and chat in the comments after the video comes up. But that's a little better. Cheers. This video is going on longer than I want, but the final topic I want to talk about was Satan had posted on one of my last videos saying that what was it? That I'm not in the YTDC, that I'm in the CBDC. And I'll explain my answer to him, as well as to some of you who don't understand all the different communities that are in YouTube. Basically, the YTDC, the way I understand it, represents the YouTube drinking community, which basically is anybody who drinks, who's into making drinks and drinking drinks. All of that is within, to me, the YouTube drinking community. And under that, you have what I consider subcategories. The subcategory would be CBDC. That's craft beer drinking community. And then you've got what they call the MLDC, the malt liquor drinking community. So basically, these two communities kind of feuded out. Some of it, the best that I can kind of understand from just looking in, it's sort of like professional wrestling in a sense. It's like there's a lot of entertainment value that goes on, but there's still some camaraderie, at least I think. But it's a lot of, like, you know, malt liquor drinkers that call craft beer drinkers snobs, and then you've got, which rightfully so, there are a lot of snobby ass craft beer drinkers, and then craft beer drinkers who look at malt liquor people and just say that they're all welfare people drinking shitty beer, which is stupid. That's not right. So the way I look at it is, I'm not trying to be part of any community. I am not trying to be part of a CBDC, which you know, some of the people who claim to represent the craft beer drinking community do not represent me in any way, shape, or form. And you know, because some of them are just super arrogant. So, you know, I'm not going to mention any names, but there's just some people that really piss me off, and the self-proclaimed leaders of the CBDC that kind of piss me off. And then, of course, you've got some of the MLDC. I enjoy a lot of those videos, I do, but then there are a lot of those guys that are just kind of over the top. Some people try a little too hard, it seems like, to fit in. And, you know, the way I look at it, man, just enjoy what you like doing. Enjoy drinking your beer, enjoy chatting with people. Like, I'm not a big fan of talking shit and, you know, fighting and bickering and stuff back and forth, which seems to be kind of a big thing within, you know, the MLDC. It's like a lot of fighting between each other, but it's playful fighting and stuff. That's just never been my thing. It's kind of like when it comes to rooting for sports teams and stuff. Like, I don't really talk so much shit, you know, to other people, and I don't want to get shit talked back to me. You know, it's like I just enjoy watching the game. I enjoy, you know, being part of drinking, you know, drinking beer and stuff, but I don't enjoy all the negativity. Like, I'm here to have fun. I'm here to drink whatever I want to drink, whether it's craft beer, malt liquor. Again, I go back to this. This is one of my first beers ever. Thankfully, I'm finally burping. One of the first beers I ever had back in the day was this. I remember my buddy, Barry White. Crazy name. I know, dude was named after the famous musician, Barry White. But he would pick us up at school when I was still underage, back in high school, Dude would come in, he had 4 or 6 JBL 12s, like W2s, I think, in his trunk. I mean, these things were loud. I could hear him coming from, you know, a quarter or a half mile away or a mile away. I'd hear that bass as he was getting closer. But, you know, he would come and pick us up from school. He was graduated, older guy, friend of a friend, pick us up. And I remember he'd bring these quarts of Old E, and we'd, you know, have our little solo red cups, and we'd be in the backseat of the car as we're in the drive, leaving the parking lot of the school, and we're already drinking beer and the bass pumping in the car. It's like, man, those were the days. I loved that shit. That's what got me first drinking malt liquors, and ever since then I've had everything from St. Ides. To me, my favorites were the fruit, as stupid or gay as whatever you want to say it is, the malt liquor, the St. Ides fruit flavored drinks, whatever, all those different colors they had. They had great fucking fruit punch and all kinds of different flavors. Those were really good. I loved those St. Ides, and now you can't ever get it anymore. Like when we were kids, we would buy quart after quart after quart. Every weekend we were buying like stacks full of this stuff, and we were all getting wasted. And you know, now you just can't find it anymore. You can find, I guess, like a buddy of mine sent me, should be somewhere up there, one of the still, they're doing St. Ides, the regular malt liquor, but not the fruit beverage one. So I still wish I could get my hands on some of that, you know, one of the old bottles of the fruit punch, because that stuff was so fucking awesome to me. But again, the whole point of this video is just to say, man, it doesn't matter what you drink, whether it's craft beer, malt liquor, whatever it is, just drink what you enjoy and, you know, interact with each other, man. I got a lot of people that have been starting to follow me on Instagram from the malt liquor drinking community, and I think that's awesome because I'll always support their stuff. I'll support their pictures and their videos. I don't maybe comment a lot on them because a lot of the different ones, like people that I love watching the MLDC or like R. Esco or King Esco, I love watching some of their videos. I really don't get into too many of the other ones, and it's not anything against anybody. I just don't really, I've never really watched a whole lot of them, and maybe I should. I should probably get into that more and expand my horizons a little bit. But man, this channel is not about any drama. It's not about any bullshit. I'm not going to throw on any masks. I'm not going to follow blueprints. Although this whole video I have tried to keep this damn label forward for all the MLDC people. I don't really follow rules very well. I'm not a conformist. I don't do that. I do my own thing. And if you like it, you do. And if you don't, it's kind of like, well, sorry. You know, I'm not trying to fit into any specific community. But I just think everybody should enjoy what they enjoy. I love craft beer. I love malt liquor. I love mass-produced shitty beers like Budweiser and some of them. I'll drink them. You know, I don't hate them. I grew up drinking it. I can't say I completely hate them. I hate the tactics of the brewmaster or of the of the companies. But anyway, this video has gone on way too long. But that I just had to kind of say my piece on the whole MLDC, you know, CBDC and the YTDC and all that. Because I want to be friends with everybody in all the different communities. And if you don't like it, you don't like my style, you don't like what I do, hey man, sorry, move along. You know, there's nothing here for you then. And we just won't get along. But if you do, if you're cool, you're open-minded, we can totally get along. So anyway, cheers. I will have some other sort of video coming up at the new year, after the new year, I guess, because well, Saturday is New Year's Eve, Sunday is New Year. So I'll probably do one more Talk Can Tuesday next week. Again, leave me some comments, something down below to work with, so I can have a little bit, you know, better idea, some questions, something to answer for you guys. Anyway, love you all. Cheers. Shatterproof bottles. This suck. Anyway, thank you guys. I love you all. Hope you have a great rest of the week. And as always, stay toasty, my friends.